Hello my friends, welcome to a new Moon in Taurus yoga class. My name is Natasha, also known as Nurse Natasha. If you're new here, welcome. If you're old here, welcome back. This is a full yoga class for the new Moon in Taurus coming up on April 27th. This is all levels friendly. I'm an accessible plus size trauma informed yoga teacher, so I'm going to offer a ton of variations and I want you to listen to your body and do what's best for you. I do have my guest star today, Miss Honey. She is passed out, but she's embodying that Taurus energy, you know. When I came out here to film and I was like, she's just curled up in this tiny little ball on the couch. She's living her best Taurus life, okay? And that's kind of the energy that we need to embody for this new moon. This new moon in Taurus is our first new moon finally out of eclipse and retrograde season. So the last full moon, the full moon in Libra, which I apologize I wasn't able to put out a class for. I was very sick, but I'm back now. I went from being sick into like 2 weeks of just traveling and stuff, but I'm back now. We're back in it and we're restabilizing. And that's literally what this new moon in Taurus is all about, is restabilizing, regrounding, rooting down, and like figuring out this new version of us. Like, I went through kind of a physical transformation. You can't tell I have bangs now. And I got my nails back, got my hair done. But it's so much more than just the physical. Like, we are not who we were before the eclipse and retrograde season started. We are different now. And this new moon is about recalibrating and restabilizing in this new version of us. Taurus in the tarot rules the Hierophant, which is, again, he is the bridge between the heaven and earth. It can be a guide. It is also, again, the things that kind of govern us, that rule us. And I think we're in this new set of those, this new set of guidelines, of rules, of regulations, just for ourselves, just from how we change. And we need some time to adjust to that. And this new moon in Taurus is about finding our footing, regrounding, restabilizing. I wrote stability amongst change. I also wrote no bullshit. That's that Taurus energy. Be honest with yourself. You know, it's kind of time to get it together. Aries season, we were allowed to go a little crazy. Now it's Taurus season. Like, slow down, regroup, recover, slow and steady wins the race. I wrote return to roots. Taurus in the body rules the throat, the thyroid, all this, the neck. That's what we're going to get into today. Let's see. I'm just double checking my notes. The most important thing here today, okay? There's no planets in retrograde. There's no planets in retrograde. There's no planets in retrograde until May 4th. So do the things you got to do, especially under this new moon in Taurus. This will be a great time. This new moon is about more so long-term goals. You know, I feel like new moons usually is like the kickoff of that new moon cycle of like, okay, what do we want to get done in this moon cycle? So over the next like 28, 30 days. But this new moon in Taurus is like, no, what do we want to get done long-term? And what seeds are we going to plant now for that? Very Ace of Pentacles energy. If you watch the tarot reading I have on my page, pulled the Ace of Pentacles twice. I think a great ritual would be to like literally get a seed of like whatever it is you want to plant and go plant it and speak the intention of your goals over that seed and go plant it in the earth. I think that'll be a very lovely ritual to do for this new moon in Taurus. You know, I think that's for, and I also wrote stop and smell the roses, because Taurus is also ruled by Venus. We are out of our Venus retrograde. Taurus is about comfort and indulgence and abundance and just like, you know, being in it and doing the things, treat yourself, you know what I mean? Like, go do the self-care, do that Venus stuff, that like indulgence and luxury, right? Taurus is very luxury. Love a good Taurus placement. So with that being said, we're going to get through this class. We're going to open our throats. We're going to keep it down low, grounded to the ground. Have any props that you need. We are going to get started with blocks, so go grab your blocks. We're going to get started in a supported fish pose, but any other blocks that you need for your practice, have them around. Set yourself up for success, and remember that everything I say is an option, not an order. You do what feels best for you. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to put one block to be kind of a pillow underneath my head, and then the other one is going to go right kind of where my shoulders would be. So right in between the shoulder blades. You can have it long ways or short ways, hamburger or hot dog, you know, as they say. And we're going to come to lay back on these blocks in our supported fish pose. We are going to open the heart a little bit. That's also kind of that Venusian energy, right? But what I want us to focus on, Miss Honey looks so cute. She's just eepy. All right, so that bottom block, again, is kind of like right in between our shoulder blades. Our heart is opening around that block. Our shoulders are opening around that block. That other block can be a pillow underneath your head. You can also use a pillow. You can also use a bolster for this, or stacked like pillows if you don't have those props. And what I want you to focus on here is tilting your chin up. So really opening this neck and the throat. And now here, your legs can be extended, they can be bent. You can open the knees, you can knock the knees in together, whatever feels right and good for you. Hands can be at either side. Now you can have palms up to receive, palms facing down to ground, or my favorite, one up, one down, little as above, so below action. Now you can keep the eyes opened or closed, whatever feels good. And we're just going to start to bring our awareness to our breath. Maybe get all your fidgets out, any adjustments that you need to make in the body. I know that laying on the blocks can sometimes be uncomfortable, but we're kind of getting those fidgets out, and then we're settling into our space, settling into our bodies, settling into this grounding on the mat. And we're bringing our awareness to our breath. We're not changing anything about it just yet. We're just noticing. Noticing our breath as it goes in and out. Notice what happens in the body as you breathe. Maybe on the inhale, you feel the chest expand, the belly expand, maybe tilting that chin up a little more to open the throat, taking up space. And on the exhale, allow yourself to sink deeper, to maybe open up more around those blocks. Deepening and lengthening the inhales and exhales here. Feeling every part of you that's touching the mat, tapping into that root chakra energy, that grounding earth energy of Taurus. And as you continue to breathe here, ask yourself, what are my long-term goals? Maybe there's just one that you have. It's okay if you're like, I don't know, it's okay. Ask yourself, what is one small seed that I could plant for the future? It could be anything. Any intention you want to set under this new moon in Taurus, anything you're working on growing, focusing on that as we flow today. Sealing that with a breath, we'll take a big inhale in through the nose, filling up chest, filling up belly, taking up space. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. One more just like that, really big inhale in. Felt the chest, felt the belly, maybe tilt that chin up a little bit more. And open mouth, exhale. Let it go. Allowing your breath to return to normal. Maybe inviting in some movement. Gently, when you're ready, we're going to start to make our way off of these blocks. So you can just kind of gently roll over to one side, maybe using the bottom arm as a pillow, taking a moment in this fetal pose, so maybe tucking the knees into the chest. Again, you can lay your head on your bicep. Fetal pose symbolizes our fresh starts and new beginnings. This new moon in Taurus is about coming out of that chrysalis of eclipse and retrograde season. And when you're ready, you can kind of scoot those blocks out from underneath you. Take your time. Get those out of the way. And then what we're going to do is we're going to roll on over to our bellies. We're just going to roll over and come to our bellies on the mat. Like I said, we're going to keep it down low to the ground here today, my friends. Now from here, you can bring your hands right underneath your shoulders. Our elbows are squeezed into our sides, our hands underneath our shoulders. And we're going to press into the palms. And we're going to inhale, just lift the head, the chest, the shoulders, really lifting the chin, opening up the throat. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift the head, the chest, the shoulders, our low cobra. Exhale, release. 3 more just like this. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. And now from here, you can bring your forearms in front of you. So we're lifting a little bit higher now. So now our elbows are stacked under our shoulders. Our Palms are pressed into the mat. We're in our sphinx pose. Now, key here is we're making sure our shoulders are pressed down and away from the ears. We don't want to shrug up into those ears. It kind of smushes our neck. We want our cervical spine to be nice and long here. Now, you can stay still, or if you want to start to get into the neck, we can just turn the head from side to side. Just a little bit of movement here till it feels good. You can gently find stillness if you're moving. Now, option to stay here in your sphinx pose. If you're like, you know what, this already feels pretty intense to me, I want to stay here. You can stay here. If you want a little bit more, we're going to press into the palms. And we're going to straighten the arms. Lifting the head, the chest, the shoulders, keeping the chin lifted. Option to stay here. Or option to gently start to walk those hands back, one step at a time, until your hands are underneath your shoulders. And now we're in our high cobra. So our pelvis and our hips are pressed into the mat, our palms are pressed into the mat, our shoulder, elbow, wrists are stacked, and we're pressing our our shoulders down from our ears, and that chin is lifted. And we're breathing here for a moment. And then we're going to take a really big breath here. And on the exhale, we're going to push it back to a child's pose. Now for your child's pose, you can widen the knees as wide as the mat, honoring and making space for the belly and thighs, and sink those hips down to the heels. Extending the arms out, grounding here in your child's pose. Feeling every part of you that's on the mat. From your fingers all the way down to your feet. Maybe you want to lift up all 10 fingers and bring them back down. Give the mat a little squeeze. Finding your breath here. Now, option, you can stay in stillness in your child's pose, or if you want a little bit of a flow, we're going to flow from our cobra to our child's pose. So what that looks like is we inhale to lift up and come to our high cobra. And then we exhale, press back to our child's pose. Inhale, rounding the spine and then arching the spine to the cobra. And then exhale, rounding back into the child's pose. This is an extended cat-cow. We're really finding that movement in the spine. But what I want you to focus on is the throat, the neck. So really lifting up the chin when you're in your cobra, and then really tucking the chin to chest when you're in your child's pose. Now you can do 5 to 7 more rounds of this on your own breath, linking your breath to your movement, and doing what feels good. You can go fast or slow. You could also take your regular cat-cow here. That feels good for you. Listening to your body. Choosing your own adventure, and finding your flow. Gently finishing up your last round, meeting in that child's pose. Then we'll inhale up to our tabletop, and this is where we're going to get into our good old-fashioned cat-cow. So in our tabletop position, our shoulder, elbow, wrists are stacked. Our hips are stacked over our knees. We're going to inhale, lift the chin, open up the throat, open up the heart, arching the back, maybe sticking the booty out. Exhale, we round, tucking the pelvis, tucking the chin to chest, doming out the shoulders. Inhale to open up. Exhale to round. Again, 5 to 7 more of these on your own breath. Link your breath to your movement and do what feels good. If you want to take it from side to side, if you want to take some full body circles, whatever feels right. Finishing up this last round, we're going to take this to some twists. So we'll start with the right arm. We'll inhale this right arm up and open. Exhale, reaching that right arm underneath the left like you're threading the needle, but not coming all the way down just yet. Inhale, open up. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, open up. Exhale, thread the needle. This time we'll come all the way down. That shoulder comes down to the mat. We lower down. That left hand can plant in front of your face, or it can extend overhead, or take that half bind behind your back. Again, choose your own adventure. Do what feels best for you here in this twist. And we're focusing on not crunching into the neck. So again, we might need to encourage those shoulders down. Breathing here into this twist. Bringing that left palm to plant in front of your face if it's not already there. We press into it. Inhale to open up one more time. And exhale, release. We take it to the other side. So inhale that left arm up and open. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, open up. Exhale, threading the needle. Inhale, open up. Exhale, thread the needle this last time. We bring the shoulder all the way down, lower down. That right hand again can stack in front of your face. It can extend overhead, or maybe take that half bind behind your back. And we breathe into this twist, encouraging those shoulders down. Now, if that right hand is somewhere else, you can bring it to plant in front of your face. We press into it. Inhale to open up one more time. And exhale, we release. Now, we're going to take a variation of child's pose here. So again, our knees are wide as the mat. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to extend the left arm forward and the right arm out to the side, and then sink down. So it's a child's pose, but with our arms kind of at like an L position. So the right arm is out, the left arm is extended up. The right arm is extended from the shoulder. Maybe lifting your chin to gaze up. If that feels uncomfortable on the right arm, you can also bend into the elbow. But basically, instead of the right arm being extended up with our left, it's out to the side. We're breathing here. Finding our grounding. On the next inhale, you can gently lift up, and we'll switch sides. So now the right arm extends overhead, that left arm extends out, and then exhale, we lower back down. Breathing here. Miss Honey's awake. I hear her little jingles on her bell. And then gently on the next inhale, we rise up and we'll come to take a seat on our knees. Now we are going to do a bit of work here on our knees. Miss Honey's going to clean herself while we do that. She's so flexible. Girl, you're so flexible. All right, so if you need the extra support under your knees, maybe grab a pillow or a blanket, or you can also double up on your yoga mat. I have to sneeze. I don't know if it's going to come. Oh my God. All right, allergies are so bad in the spring in New England. So we are going to work on some gate pose. Now I'm going to turn to face you so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. But we're going to start with the right leg. So we're going to extend this right leg out to the side. You can have your foot pointing forward or pointing out, whatever feels good for that kind of hip alignment for you here. Again, we're kind of standing on that other knee. We're going to inhale to reach those arms up. Exhale to reach that right arm down the right leg. Taking a side bend, keeping the chest open. Breathing here. And again, just trying to keep this chin lifted. Now inhale through center, exhale, take a side bend over to the other side. Just a little counter stretch here. Reaching that right arm over. Inhale, we come back up, and then on the exhale, we're actually gonna take a seat. So you're just gonna sit down, this knee that is bent, the foot's gonna kind of come in front of us. And now we're seated in a figure 4 with that right leg extended. And we'll take a fold here. So we're gonna square ourselves over that extended leg. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, take that fold. It's been so long since I've gone to yoga. I finally started going back yesterday. And you know when you haven't done it in forever and you're like, oh, it's so tight, cannot move. But it's okay. Because that's why we do yoga, right? Now, option to stay here. I'm going to give you one more option, a little kind of fun pose to play around with. So from here, in our figure 4 pose, you can stay in this kind of fold situation. You can come back up for your gate pose. If you want a little bit of a challenge, we're going to kind of open up our hearts. So I'm here in my gate pose. I'm going to reach this left hand behind me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift my hips up. So I'm inhaling, this right arm is going to come up and around, and I'm kind of pressing my hips forward, almost like a modified wild thing here. And I'm reaching this right arm up, and again, I'm really lifting my chin. You can breathe here for a moment. Maybe reach this right arm back a little bit, so open up the throat, open up the chest. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, you can release on down, and we will take it to the other side. So I'm coming back to my gate pose. To stand on my knees, we're taking it to the other side. I'm going to extend this left leg out to the side. Again, toe can be pointed out or forward, whatever feels right and good for you. I'm going to inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, reach down my left leg, taking that side bend. Keeping my chin and my heart open to the ceiling. Inhale through center, exhale, take it to the other side. Inhale through center, exhale, we're taking that seat. So coming to our figure 4, that right knee stays bent, the left leg still extended. We square ourselves over that left leg. We inhale to lengthen, and we exhale to fold. Now from here, again, option if you want to stay here. If you want to take that kind of wild thing variation, you can. So we bring that right hand behind us, and then we inhale, press those hips up, maybe reach that left arm back, trying to open up the heart, the chin, the throat to the ceiling. Breathing here. Just trying something new, you know? Maybe reaching that left arm back. Reaching that chin up. A nice big inhale here, and exhale. You can go ahead and release down. Now we're going to come back to our knees. We're going to get just a little bit more into the hips and into the throat. I don't know why I felt so inspired to get into the hips today, even though that doesn't really have anything to do with Taurus. I don't know, I just feel like we could do some hip opening, you know? Releasing all that junk from the retrograde and the eclipses. So I'm coming to stand on my knees. I'm gonna have my blocks in hand. Are you gonna join us, Miss Honey? No, she's back to cleaning. I have my blocks. I'm gonna step my right leg out into my low lunge. So I'm bending into this right knee. I'm pressing into this left hip flexor. Hands can be on the blocks. Chin and chest stay lifted. You can also bring your hands to your thigh. You can bring them to your hips. Or maybe inhale those arms up overhead. Breathing here into this low lunge. Now the last option here is to bring your hands to interlace together, and we're going to bring the backs of the hands to underneath the chin. And inhale, press into that lunge, lift the chin. Opening up the throat and the neck. Breathing here. Nice big inhale. Exhale, release. Hands can come down to the blocks. Straighten that front leg. Bring the hips back into your half splits, a little counter pose. Still keeping the chin and chest lifted. Straightening that front leg. Flexing those front toes back to your face. And breathing here. And gently we'll inhale back to the low lunge. You can press your palms into your blocks and then shift that right leg back. And we will take it to the other side. So from standing on my knees, I'm stepping my left foot out, pressing into that right hip flexor. The knee is coming over the ankle. Again, hands can be on the blocks here, or they can be on your thigh or on your hips. Or maybe you inhale them all the way up. Wherever we're at, we're breathing in our lunge. And then maybe you bring your hands to interlace. Bring that right underneath your chin. And inhale, open up the throat, tilt the head back. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, release the hands down to the blocks, to the mat. Straightening that front leg, walking the hands back, finding your counter pose, your half splits. That front leg is straight, flexing those toes back towards your face. And then we inhale, come back to the lunge, palms press into the blocks or into the mat, and you can sweep that left foot back. Now, we're gonna come to a seat, so you can get those blocks off to the side. We're gonna do some seated neck stuff, of course, because Taurus. We're gonna sit, because Taurus, because grounding. You can sit in any position that feels right and good for you. I like to cross my legs. Remember that easy seated pose means something different for everyone, so you find yours. You can bring your hands to your thighs or to your knees. Nice tall spine, like someone's pulling a string from the top of your head. We're gonna get into this neck. So we're gonna inhale, center. Exhale, drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Press that left shoulder down. Inhale to center, exhale left ear to left shoulder. Press that right shoulder down. Inhale center, exhale right ear to right shoulder, and then option to take this left hand and straighten it and push it down and away from you like you're pushing something away. And then another option to take this right hand, reach it around your head to the left temple and just gently pull forward and to the right. Breathing here. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, you can release everything. We'll take it to the other side. Inhaling center. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Option to take that right arm, straighten it, push down and away. Option to take this left arm, reach around, grab the right temple, and gently pull forward and over to the left. Nice big inhale here. Exhale releases everything back to center. Now we're going to do something really simple. And I think this is also kind of the Taurus energy of, again, like slow and steady, keep it simple. Like sometimes the simplest option is the most powerful. So from here, we're just going to turn our head from side to side. Like you're looking over one shoulder and you're looking over the other. Now, if you're like me and you sit at a desk all day or you carry your tension in your neck and shoulders, this is like so intense. And I want you to really keep those shoulders down. We're just looking. We're looking from side to side. If it feels really good in a certain position, you can hold it there. Now we're going to take this movement and we're going to start to move it downward. So like we're tucking our chin to our chest. And now we're starting to continue to shake the head from side to side, just looking down. Like you're saying no to something, very slowly, very exaggerated. And as always, if there's something you want to say no to here, something you want to release or let go of, you can do so here. And now we're going to start to move the head back up, still turning our head from side to side. But this time we're lifting the chin. And again, still turning from side to side. Looking over one shoulder and then the other. And then gently you can release, kind of back to center, bring your head back to neutral. And now we're going to nod the head yes. So we're going to drop the chin to chest, really pushing the shoulders down. And then lift the chin back. Again, if there's anything you want to say yes to, you can do so here. Anything you're inviting in, those seeds that we're planting, those long-term goals, things that we're manifesting, say yes to them here. And now you can gently return to a neutral spine. If there's any final movements you want for your neck here, I don't know what Miss Honey is doing in there. You can take your head into some circles, perhaps. It's funny, I don't have Jack today because he's getting groomed, and I was like, I'm going to film and it's going to be quiet, and now the cat is causing chaos. So maybe just taking some head and neck circles here, maybe some shoulder rolls. Do what feels good. Again, indulge. It's Taurus season. You listen to your body and you do what feels good. Now you can gently come to stillness. And this is where we're going to meet in our Savasana. Of course, if you want to lay down or take a child's pose, you can. But I love a good old-fashioned seated, grounded Shavasana kind of meditation. Maybe take a second to scooch some goodness out from underneath you. Really feel those sit bones on the mat. You could also reverse the legs if you've been sitting a certain way for a bit. Your hands can be on your knees. Again, palms down for the grounding, palms up for the receiving, or one of each if that feels good. This is where I'm going to leave you, my friends, in this seated meditation. I encourage you to spend at least 5 to 10 breaths here, thinking about those seeds you want to plant. Maybe visualize yourself planting those seeds. If you would like more on the energy and the information of this new moon in Taurus, I do have a full free tarot reading and astrology breakdown on my channel as well. I hope you have a wonderful, safe new moon in Taurus. I would love to hear your goals in the comments. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm always here for you for every new moon and full moon. And I will see you next time, my friends.